Dear students, welcome back in my class of CIS 2168 Data Driven Design. Now we are in week number 10, and in this week our focus will be on basics of machine learning techniques and what is machine learning techniques. This is part number 1 of machine learning, and in this part, that is in part number 1, I will be explaining two things. The first thing is I will explain the aim of week 10 session, overall aim of week 10 session, and then objectives which will use to achieve the overall aim of week 10 session. So I have enlisted both aim and objectives for week 10 session in the next slide. So here you can see the title for this session. This slide is aim and objective. So the aim for this session is understanding machine learning. So what we want to understand? We want to understand, the first thing is, what is machine learning techniques? What is machine learning? Then we'll discuss types of machine learning techniques. So ML, I'm using ML to represent machine learning. So we will discuss different types of machine learning techniques. And third, we'll discuss clustering. So what is clustering? In this we will discuss what is clustering and different types of clustering methods. These three things I am going to cover in week 10 session, that is in this session, and I have divided, as usual, I have divided my lecture in 3 parts. So this is part number 1, and in this part I will just give the aim and objectives. In part 2, I will explain what is machine learning techniques and what is machine learning and application areas of machine learning methods. Then in part number 3, I will explain clustering and types of clustering. So considering these 3 points, these 3 bullet points, I have framed the objective for week 10 session, and the objectives are: the first objective is discussion on machine learning. So in this, the keyword is machine learning, and in this we will discuss what is machine learning methods, applications of machine learning methods. These 2 things I will cover in this part, in this objective, under this objective. The second objective is machine learning methods. Under this objective, I will explain 2 different types of machine learning methods. The first one is supervised machine learning methods, and the second one is unsupervised machine learning methods. I will use example to explain these 2 machine learning methods. The third objective for week 10 session is clustering methods. Under this, the first sub-objective is what is clustering. We will discuss what is the meaning of clustering and why we apply clustering on the data. Then we will discuss hierarchical clustering and K-mean clustering techniques. So these 2 are nothing but the clustering methods generally used in machine learning techniques. As I said, in the next part of my video lecture, I will explain machine learning and then machine learning methods. So these 2 things I will be covering in part 2 video lecture of week 10. So that's all from my side in this part, that is in part number 1. Now we will discuss these 2 things, machine learning methods and types of machine learning methods in part 2. Thank you very much.